Hi, and welcome back to Thursdays. I wasn't able to make a video last week because I had a bunch of stuff to do for college. So, yeah, last week was pretty stressful, but now that that's over, my last thing was due yesterday. I can make a video for you guys. This week we're talking about foreign films that we liked or that we found interesting or that we suggest. So, I don't have any one specific thing to talk about because, I'm in college and I don't really have time anymore to watch foreign films. And it's been a while since I watched one. I can't really remember of any particular good one to talk about. But I'm gonna talk about a bunch of like different sort of, I don't know, ideas or whatever. Um, so first of all, my family is from Argentina, so we tend to watch a lot of the films that come from Argentina, especially the ones that have become very famous. Because we like to see if it's a good representation of the way that my family lived in Argentina. So I know that one of the movies that my family watched was El Secreto de sus Ojos, and it's one of those movies that sometimes comes up as a discussion topic because my mom didn't think it was that good. It was a good movie, but it wasn't. She couldn't relate to it as much, whereas my dad thought that it was a very good movie and very representative of Argentina. So, that's one movie that you could watch, especially if you want to learn Spanish and Argentinian Spanish in particular. Then this one's kind of cheating because it's not a movie, but one TV series, a TV show that I very much like from Argentina is called Epitafios, and it's extremely violent. Do, do not watch it if you don't like anything that's like even remotely, but it's so violent, it's horrible. But it's very good. And it's extremely suspenseful. It's basically it's a mystery series where this guy kills a bunch of people in a specific order in a specific way. And you follow as the main character tries to figure out who it is and tries to capture him and arrest him and save the people that are on his hit list. But the ways in which he kills them are like the worst. They're the worst ways ever. So if you can stomach violence, I would suggest it because it's very good. I'm actually looking forward to watching a lot of foreign films that I haven't gotten around to yet. So for example, one that's from Argentina is called Metegol, and it's basically about in foosball, the little guys who like kick the ball. Like one of them comes alive, and the movie just seems so representative of like Argentinian humor, and I'm excited. I saw the trailer and it seems so funny and so like basically Argentinian humor, like the way kind of jokes that like we make in our family or just references. That's something that I really want to watch, which I haven't gotten to yet. It came out in July, but it hasn't come out in the US, so I don't know when it will. I would suggest watching it in Spanish though. In Argentinian Spanish, not European Spanish, because I feel like that just takes away part of the part of what makes it so good. I don't know. But that's definitely on my list of movies to watch. Going over to French, the French language, I was president of the French club at my school, and I was in the French club for several years. And what we'd do was we'd watch a bunch of movies at several points throughout, like 3 or 4 times during the year. And I've forgotten what a lot of the movies were now. I remember Amélie was one. Some of them were old movies, which I forget the titles now, but they were older. So what we do a lot of times was just take an American movie and put in the French language version. So for a lot of movies, you can choose, and when you go to like subtitles or whatever, you can choose instead language, and you can go with you can go with Spanish, and sometimes you can go with French as well. And we do that. Like we watched The Lion King in French, and we watched Batman, The Dark Knight in French. And that's a lot of fun because usually it's a movie that you've already seen and you know a lot of the lines, and that way you can learn from it and understand more than you would for just a random movie. Although it might not be foreign, it's still in that language and you can learn from it. There's also another movie from France which I've been meaning to watch for a long time, but I cannot find it anywhere. Like I just can't find it in French. I don't want to watch it in English. That's stupid. Which is called Un Monstre à Paris, A Monster in Paris. And it just seems like one of those really cute kids movies, but it just seems so, I don't know, it just seems really good and very good for practice with French because it's standard French and it's not like too fast because it's for younger. And it has amazing music in it from what I've seen on YouTube. I've just been trying very hard to find it. If anyone has any like suggestions on where I can see that movie, that would be amazing because I just can't find it anywhere. Other than that, if I come up with any more movie suggestions, I'll put them in the description, so check there. But if you want to watch a foreign film, I would suggest going to the public library. I know that my library, there's a section for foreign films, and you can just go there and search according to language. So if you want to learn Russian, you can go there and search all of the Russian movies and just pick one that looks good. I mean, it doesn't have to be the best movie ever. As long as you're listening to the language and practicing, I think it's worth it. And I've done that with Swedish. So, yeah. See you next week.